What happens when the most unpredictable mercenary in the multiverse teams up with the angriest mutant to ever wield adamantium claws? In Deadpool and Wolverine, timelines collide, universes crumble, and two legends must join forces to stop a cosmic-level threat. Stick around till the end, because what starts as a mission to save one universe turns into a battle to save them all. The movie kicks off in classic Deadpool fashion with him breaking the fourth wall and talking directly to the audience. "I'm here to get Wolverine," he declares before heading to the place where Wolverine was buried. Deadpool starts digging up the grave, hoping that somehow Wolverine is still alive. But when he uncovers the remains, all he finds is a skeleton, nothing but bones. Disappointed but not ready to give up, he sits beside the skeleton and begins chatting with it, confessing, "I need Wolverine." Suddenly, several portals open and TVA agents come pouring out, targeting Deadpool. As expected, Deadpool launches into a brutal, chaotic fight and wipes out the agents. Once the dust settles, he breaks the fourth wall again. He says he knows none of this is making sense, why he's here, why he needs Wolverine, and why the TVA is after him. So he takes us back to 2018. Back then, Cable's time machine had broken, but once it was fixed, Deadpool got his hands on it and used it freely. He traveled to the past to eliminate his past villains and even saved his friend Vanessa from being killed. But this reckless use of time travel caused serious disruptions in the timeline. The TVA noticed and Deadpool became a target. He even traveled to Earth 616, the main MCU universe, and asked Happy Hogan to make him an Avenger. After being rejected, he returned to his world and settled into a normal life. One night during his birthday celebration, TVA agents showed up again, grabbed him, and dragged him through a portal into their headquarters. There, Deadpool meets a TVA officer named Paradox. Paradox explains the purpose of the TVA and reveals that Deadpool's unauthorized use of time travel caused major timeline issues. But instead of punishing him, Paradox offers Deadpool a deal: go to Earth 616 and live out the rest of his life there. Deadpool agrees, thrilled by the chance to join the Avengers. TVA suits him up in a new Deadpool costume and gives him twin swords. Before heading off, Deadpool asks to return to his universe one last time to inform his friends. Paradox refuses and explains why Deadpool's universe is dying. According to Paradox, each universe has a unique power source, and in Deadpool's world, that source was Logan Wolverine. Since Wolverine died, the universe has been collapsing and has only 3 days left. Deadpool, shaken by what he just heard, pleads with Paradox to do anything to stop the destruction of his universe, but Paradox stands firm, cold, and unmoved. He leads Deadpool to a dark chamber and reveals the towering Time Reaper, machine a sleek, terrifying device pulsing with ominous energy. Paradox explains that this machine was built to instantly erase decaying universes. Instead of letting these worlds crumble slowly over time, he wants to cut them off like diseased limbs swiftly and without regret. Once the device is fully operational, he intends to use it to wipe out Deadpool's timeline entirely. Horrified by this revelation, Deadpool lashes out. He fights Paradox, outwitting him with sheer unpredictability. After an intense scuffle, he grabs a TVA portal device and escapes. He knows exactly what he needs to do: find another version of Wolverine in the multiverse, one powerful enough to restore balance and become the new Anchor. Back in the present, we see Deadpool fighting through wave after wave of TVA agents with relentless energy. He slices, flips, and taunts his way across universes, each portal taking him to a different version of reality. His mission: find a Wolverine that's powerful enough to stabilize the core of his universe. In one universe, Wolverine is too short to intimidate anyone. In another, he's blind. In yet another, he's missing arms, legs, or worse, his fighting spirit. Some are just too grumpy, too gentle, or too dangerous. One even beats Deadpool to a pulp and throws him out of the timeline. Then, in a gritty universe filled with flickering neon lights and a sense of despair, Deadpool finds him an older, gruff, but still clearly dangerous Wolverine sitting alone at a bar. He's got the look, the aura, the presence. Deadpool thinks, yes, this one. This is the Wolverine I need. Deadpool approaches him with his usual flair and tries to explain his plan, but Wolverine wants nothing to do with it. He flat out refuses. Deadpool, persistent as ever, stays nearby. And once Wolverine drinks himself into a stupor and passes out, he grabs Wolverine, drags him through a portal, and delivers him straight to Paradox at the TVA. But Paradox isn't impressed. He takes one look and immediately rejects this Wolverine. He reveals a dark truth: this variant of Wolverine was responsible for the downfall of his own universe. According to Paradox, this man is not the solution, but a symbol of collapse. He cannot serve as a power source. He's tainted, useless. Furious at Deadpool for continuously defying orders and killing TVA agents, Paradox makes a snap decision. He sends both Deadpool and this Wolverine into a collapsing, chaotic world of punishment for their rebellion. Wolverine wakes up confused and angry. Not recognizing Deadpool or understanding the situation, he attacks him. The two battle ferociously, their strength and rage shaking the very ground, but Deadpool finally gets through to him. He pleads for a ceasefire, explaining the truth that they've both lost their universes, and that working together might be the only way to get them back. If they help each other, they may be able to convince the TVA to restore what they lost. Before they can move further, they're warned by a cloaked inhabitant of the land about the dangers they now face. A massive, terrifying monster roams this dimension, and worse, a witch named Cassandra rules it with an iron grip. She's feared across the land, known for her cruelty and immense psychic power. Moments later, Cassandra's agents arrive. They're dressed in strange armor and equipped with powerful tech. As the situation escalates, another figure joins the scene, a mysterious man with a familiar shield, now engulfed in flames. Together, Deadpool, Wolverine, and Human Torch attempt to hold their ground, but Cassandra's forces overpower them using advanced tech that suppresses their abilities. The trio is captured and taken to Cassandra's lair, a monstrous fortress built within the decaying remains of a colossal Ant-Man. There, they finally come face to face with Cassandra. With her bald head, glowing eyes, and commanding presence, she reveals her origin. She is the twin sister of Professor Charles Xavier. Rejected and feared before birth, she tried to kill Charles in the womb. Deadpool, unable to resist, mocks her. He mentions that the Human Torch had called her names, an insult she didn't take lightly. With a single gesture, she unleashes her power and kills Human Torch instantly. She then declares her intention to enslave Deadpool and Wolverine, using them as tools in her expanding empire. Wolverine strikes first, charging in fury, but Cassandra disables him with ease and throws him across the lair like a rag doll. Just then, the terrifying monster that rules the land begins to approach. With a smirk, Cassandra turns and leaves, but Deadpool and Wolverine spot a forgotten machine nearby. Using it, they launch themselves into the sky and escape the monster's path just in time. High above the danger, they encounter two bizarre but helpful allies. Dogpool, yes, a dog version of Deadpool, and Nicepool, a charming variant with a golden mask. Nicepool explains that he and other Deadpool variants are forced into service by Cassandra. He hands over a car, wishing them luck. As they drive through the warped terrain, Deadpool and Wolverine argue, tension boiling over. Eventually, they fight once more, crashing and knocking each other out cold. Thankfully, X-23 finds them and brings them to safety. Inside a hidden safe house, Deadpool and Wolverine meet other former TVA prisoners, Elektra, Blade, Gambit, and others. X-23 explains their backstories and how they all fell victim to the TVA. Learning that Deadpool and Wolverine survived Cassandra's wrath inspires the group. A plan forms, unite, and take her down once and for all. Together, they launch a surprise assault on Cassandra's fortress. The battle outside is fierce as Elektra, Blade, and the others hold off Cassandra's mind-controlled soldiers. Meanwhile, Deadpool and Wolverine sneak inside to face Cassandra directly. They know she's too strong mentally. To counter her psychic abilities, they plan to use Juggernaut's helmet, now worn by a version of him enslaved by Cassandra. Slips the helmet onto her head, silencing her psychic powers. Before they can strike, one of Cassandra's own followers pulls a weapon on her, confessing that Paradox promised him freedom if he killed her. He fires, but Wolverine intervenes, saving Cassandra from death. As she lies wounded, Wolverine speaks to her gently. He tells her that despite everything, Charles Xavier, her brother, would have never abandoned her. That no matter how much she hated him, he would have fought to save her. She warns them that the monster is returning and that there's no time to lose. Using a sling ring she stole from a powerful magician long ago, she opens a portal. Deadpool and Wolverine leap through and return to their universe. Cassandra, still weakened, finds the traitor who shot her. He admits Paradox manipulated him. Enraged, Cassandra storms through the portal and confronts Paradox, just as he prepares to activate the Time Reaper machine. Reading his mind, she learns its full capabilities and decides to use it herself. She plans to destroy every universe except one, where she alone can rule. Desperate and running out of time, Deadpool and Wolverine confront Paradox one last time. Around them, the multiverse trembles, time itself glitching like a dying machine coughing out its final sparks. Cassandra is moments away from activating the Time Reaper, a device that will erase countless universes in the blink of an eye, leaving only one reality where she reigns supreme. Gasping and bruised, Deadpool grabs Paradox by the collar and demands a solution. "How do we stop that thing?" he shouts. Paradox, cornered and grim, finally admits there's only one way. Deep inside the machine, 2 core power wires, 1 orange, 1 glue control the dimensional fission. If they are manually joined, it will cause an immediate and catastrophic short circuit. The blast will destroy the Reaper completely, but whoever triggers it won't survive. For a moment, there's silence. Then, without hesitation, Deadpool steps forward. "I'll do it," he says, the humor in his voice gone. He knows what it means. He knows this could be his final joke. He looks at Wolverine, nods, and makes a move toward the machine. But just before entering the chamber, he slams the heavy steel door shut, locking Wolverine outside. Wolverine yells, banging on the metal, "Wade, don't do this alone." Inside the chamber, Deadpool fights back emotion. He mutters jokes to himself to stay steady, pulling off the access panel and crawling beneath the glowing core of the Time Reaper. The heat is unbearable. Wires spark violently, but just as he's about to grab the second, the door behind him bursts open. Wolverine crashes in with raw fury, tearing through the lock. He storms to Deadpool and growls, "If one of us goes down, we both go down." Got it. Deadpool is stunned, but also relieved. Without another word, they nod to each other, like old brothers finally on the same page. Their skin burns. The machine erupts in a massive shockwave, cracking the floor, shattering walls, and sending the collapsing multiverse into a stabilized stasis. Cassandra, who was about to seize control, is caught in the explosion. As the dust settles, silence returns. Miraculously, both begin to heal. Their suits are scorched, their faces are battered, but they're alive. Somehow, they survived. Their shared healing factor allowed the blast's energy to split evenly between them. It nearly killed them, but not quite. As they step from the rubble, TVA agents swarm the scene, but not with hostility. Hunter B-15, leading the squad, steps forward. She surveys the destroyed Time Reaper machine, the remains of the battlefield, and the 2 unlikely heroes standing at the center of it all. Paradox, meanwhile, is dragged forward in cuffs. B-15 announces his crimes engineering a device designed to wipe out entire timelines without TVA consent, abusing his authority and conspiring to manipulate agents. Together, they start building a new chapter, one where they're no longer running or fighting time itself. One where they can just live.